What's up, everybody? How are you guys? What's up, Kung Fu fam? How are you guys feeling today? Hope you guys are well. It's a beautiful Monday out here. So much to talk about, so much to do, and we have so little time. Oh my goodness, there's so many possibilities, so many coins that are exciting, and got a lot of exciting things to look at for crypto in general. Talk about life, good things, great oldies. What's up with you guys? Cheers. Good morning. I had so much stuff to do this weekend and I got a lot of it done. So it was really great to be able to just crank through it and smash all of the projects I had to do. And I even finished an edit. I stayed up late and did an edit Saturday night instead of doing anything else or going out. I made an edit for you guys. All the price predictions in one place. In fact, I should put that probably in the description so you guys can check it out. Let's see, where is that video? All Ripple XRP, all the price predictions in one place. Who will be right? We put that up, and let's see, let's drop it in the description as the top video here so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. It's just a nice way to like clear the board and talk about all the important people in XRP and the silly people making predictions. Me being one of them. I'm pretty sure you guys know I pulled back that ridiculous prediction. I just wanted to kind of like clarify and put everyone's predictions on the board, but also no one knows. No one knows anything. No one knows what's happening out here. It's a bunch of speculation at best. And I just gotta say, guys, we really should stop playing with the whole 589 thing. I mean, seriously, guys, it looks ridiculous. Who's talking about that still? Please grow up. I don't know. Maybe not. Just keep doing you. It's fine. You do you, boo boo. You do you, boo boo. It's fine. Just keep doing it. We'll all just laugh anyway. What's really happening out here? What do we really need to talk about this morning? What's important? Obviously, the video I dropped, the edit, is important. You should watch it. It's amazing and hilarious. It's the best of the best. The best of all the things you ever want in a video. It's all there. Honestly, if you guys, I see a couple OGs in here. I see a couple Kung Fu fam OGs. And Shelly Fire, just saw your comment missing the price predictions. If you guys miss my price predictions, don't worry. I'll be back, but I'll be back with that type of hilarity and those type of edits, like the PewDiePie crypto type of edits. I'll be doing that soon again. I'll be putting that together again. Those, again, are like when I was at my maximum output workflow, I was really able to crank through edits. But, you know, in reality, you know, what's the big focus? Education. Education is key. So we got to really be educating people and keeping everybody informed and doing the good stuff, the great oldies, good times, great oldies, all those things. And you know me. I'm really trying to bring everyone together. I'm really trying to be the nice guy, but you know what the problem with nice guys are? They're not that nice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really a nice guy, but if you spend time with someone and they're too nice, then they end up, you know, like basically maybe they're fake nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not real, if you can't like honor the real talk, if you can't talk about the shadow or the backside, or if you can't talk about the like reality of situations, then that's called fake. I can't be fake. I've never been able to do it. I've just wear my heart on my sleeve, and I talk about whatever the heck I'm talking about. So much stuff. What is the deal with that? Oh man, let's say hey to everybody and let's get cranking through some content. We just got to do it. We're gonna cover some of the news today that's popping out, and then that'll be it. That'll be the stream. So cheers. Good to see you guys. I just saw Snowman. Hey, KFN, I signed up for your Patreon and have not heard from you. What am I doing wrong? So sorry, mate. I literally have had such a busy last few days. I'm trying to get back into the regular flow of being able to interact with you guys regularly. I haven't even been able to like do anything on my phone or like put up normal, consistent content. It seems I've just been super slammed, still trying to get out of this old house and clear stuff out and make the house ready. So anyway, enough about me. Who cares what I'm doing? Snowman, I will go respond to you right now. I'll go respond to you right after this. I promise, dude. Cheers. Thank you so much for signing up for my Patreon. And that's just the way it goes. We'll just have to do the best we can, piling through. So let's kick it off. Let's get out of here, out of this screen. Where are we going? To the dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Let's go to this screen. Binance? Nope. That's the title screen. Get it out of there. You guys can't see anything. That's sweet. Let's fix that. No. 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 There we go. Alrighty, back to our, here's Binance, checking out some bananas in the candlesticks, looking at XRP to USD, 36 cents down, 36.15, a little bit of movement inside the 5-minute window. No big deal there. Sweet, sweet, good times. Let's go look at, I know you guys love CoinMarketCap, it's your favorite. Obviously, we could go look at the Forbes one, I just don't have it up, and CoinMarketCap's easy to type in. So here we are at CoinMarketCap, looking at the coins across the board. Ethereum's down slightly, taking back that number 2 spot, and Bitcoin obviously at the top, 4K still, XRP 36 cents. What's happening out here in the news? What's happening today for the big updates? I saw this, the Ledger crypto wallet goes mobile with Bluetooth ready Nano X. I thought that was kind of cool. This was unveiled yesterday, and this is something we'll probably do a full video about, so we're not going to talk about it too much, but there you go. A new crypto wallet comes out that's Bluetooth ready, the Nano X. We'll cover that. We'll talk about it, see how safe it is. One of the bigger flaws with one of the other wallets was the information that was exchanged through Bluetooth. So hopefully they fix that. I don't know. Obviously, we really like crypto. I really like Ledger's crypto wallet. We talk about it a lot, but we'll make sure this is vetted and ready to be used by the fam before we send out any shouts and praise. Also in the headlines today, crypto exchange Kraken says U.S. subpoenas become barrier to entry. Looking at the volume of law enforcement requests received globally, that's a pretty big uptick right here. Pretty big uptick from 2017. Again, something we'll probably have to cover more extensively in another video. We're just doing the quick, we'll just do the headline run through for today. I thought this was interesting. Bitcoin exposed Silicon Valley's ultimate aim at making money. Surprise. Big surprise there. Everyone, are you really surprised that this is the ultimate aim, is for Bitcoin to be making people money? I don't think so. I don't think that's a surprise at all. But what exactly is this article highlighting, or what are they specifically mentioning? Well, I think that we're recognizing the interest in Silicon Valley in not really creating, because there's I don't know if you guys know this, when we go back and we talk about some of the history of these cryptocurrencies and what especially happened with the debacle between Lightning Network and Bitcoin Cash, was the arrival of basically 2 different groups of interest. Ones that wanted to create like a centralized control authority or network, basically like an extension, a digital central banking system that they could benefit from, make money on, and then the other version was to stay honoring to the Satoshi traditional white paper and make it so that people could transact freely in the open network using microtransactions on chain. And so basically the big difference between these 2 networks, if you throw back and talk about the original fork for Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, was that Bitcoin has been moving to a Lightning Network, which is an off-chain scaling solution, which is, again, actually caused a little bit of heat between, we'll have to do a whole video about this, even so many videos to catch up on, but Andreas Antonopoulos and Craig Wright getting into a little bit of a tiff, I don't know, on Twitter. Craig Wright calling Andreas Antonopoulos out for his support of Lightning Network. I really love Andreas Antonopoulos personally, but I've never been a big supporter of Lightning Network, because if you look at the code structure of cryptocurrencies, you do not want to have off-chain scaling solutions. It brings in a single point of control, or it brings in a centralized authority, which is, again, not the point of cryptocurrencies at all. So recognizing that Silicon Valley has decided to take the support of the Lightning Network arm is basically what they're saying, and Bitcoin Cash, again with Roger Ver and their decentralized traditional white paper approach, looking at honoring microtransactions and creating an ecosystem that scales on chain. And both of them are different approaches to the same thing, trying to solve the scalability solution, which is also what Ethereum's doing right now. We'll have a video up talking about their fork coming out, talking about the Ethereum fork, what's happening. They're also trying to figure out how to be scaled. So the scalability is a big issue, part of the trilemma as well. So let's see. What is up? Hey, Tom Smith saying he was banned Friday. Maybe a mistake. Anyway, undo it. I don't know. Who's Tom Smith? So yeah, get at me. Hit me up in the DMs, bro. Let's chat. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Tell me more. I don't remember Tom Smith. Do you remember me, Tom Smith? Yeah, send me out some DMs and see what's up. Hit me up in the DMs, bro. Slide into my DMs and we'll chat about it. Let's chat about it. The big news of the day. Why is Weiss rating anything? Like, Weiss rating is not anybody. Please, Weiss rating, just go away. I don't know why anybody still listens to the Weiss rating. It's a joke. It doesn't really mean anything. But the fact that AMB Crypto is covering this, reported from Weiss cryptocurrency ratings, XRP could eventually become the world's foremost cryptocurrency. This is, again, kind of old news and also a little bit misrepresented. In fact, the fact that if you discuss this and you're talking about this and you're literally just saying XRP to become the world's foremost cryptocurrency, hopefully you can explain actually what you mean and what happens with the transition and with the possible flippening. I don't think that there's a lot of explaining in this article, and I'm afraid that a lot of content creators, other than the ones that we shout out and say are amazing, probably don't really have the ability to discuss this conversation effectively, and that's a problem. It's a problem because if you think about XRP taking dominance of the crypto space, sure, yes, I've been talking about that for a long time, but how does it work? How do they relate together? What does that look like as far as a price point? Is this something that is supporting ridiculously high price predictions, or is this something more along the lines of recognizing the benefit of these networks and which one's actually scalable and which one offers real solution? Yes, XRP is more efficient and better. Yes, I believe XRP will easily take dominance of the entire crypto space, but also pairing it with the ILP and with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum, there'll be a lot of possible uses and different cryptocurrencies to function with. So what is it really saying? What are they highlighting and focusing on? They are just talking nonsense, really. Honestly, enough with the nonsense, guys. Weiss rating, what are you doing? Weiss cryptocurrency rating, just literally spamming the XRP space after they decided to realize, well, actually they didn't decide to, they realized that their ratings were junk. And I think that the first time they rated XRP horribly. They like gave XRP the worst rating ever. And then they were like, well, no one likes us. And maybe we could just like say XRP is great all of a sudden. And then that's what happened. And now they think that they're so cool. Anyway, obviously we know XRP's focus is on disrupting Swift, the giant payment network. And you know what? Honestly, I put up this yesterday. Shout out to Miyagi for putting this together. I put this up in the video. I was talking about David Schwartz and his $120 price call. Wow, man, so much I want to not say about price calls. Like, I just don't want to say price calls. But I will say this was cool to look at. Interestingly enough, Miyagi showed this up, and let's see. Queries about XRP being revalued like a real utility asset. David Schwartz, again, kind of being an OG in the space, really an interesting guy to learn and listen to. He put up this whole thread of depending on how much you want to dream. And you know what? I like dreaming. I'm all about the dream. Let's keep the dream alive. Let's do it. Let's keep the dream alive for how much you can really see some support for the XRP achieving dominance and what that looks like for the price. We just don't know what that really means because it hasn't happened yet. But if Ripple, he has this whole thread here, like if Ripple captures Bitcoin's current market, or if Ripple captures the value of high friction international payments, or if Ripple captures the value of an increasing volume of international payments driven by the reduced friction, etc., etc. And he puts like the highest point here at $120. That is a really exciting token price for XRP for sure. $120, pretty exciting. That's a lot of Zerpers for sure. But this last little thread is pretty interesting too. He says, as for how likely these scenarios are, who can say Ripple equaling Bitcoin's, or XRP equaling Bitcoin's current market cap sometime in the near future doesn't seem any more outrageous to me now than the idea of Bitcoin selling for over $1,000 seemed to me in 2012. So David recognizing that it's not too outrageous to have hope of this emerging dominance in a sense, but also just recognizing that it might not happen the same ever again. It might not happen the same as it did last time. There might be another bull run. Maybe all the tokens come up. There might be a bull run that really focuses and highlights the failures of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does get back to 20K, then obviously you could expect the support from Bitcoin to push the other coins up as well. XRP could easily achieve dominance without reaching its all-time high, though at the same time, if Bitcoin is not up So Bitcoin going up or down is going to affect the price, but it's not necessarily going to change the dominance of XRP's possibilities. So yes, we can say XRP could eventually become the world's foremost cryptocurrency. Weiss rating talking about it, though, is kind of like the only thing that seems a little bit, I don't know. So they're talking about BCH and XRP here, and I think that we started to recognize talking about the ILP, the Interledger protocol, which is the standard protocol for exchange of cryptocurrencies, that we want to be able to entertain the possibility of what's really going to happen is creating a network that opens it up to open competition, so people will be able to openly compete on this network for efficiency. And what that means, competing liquidity pools and competing different algorithms on the same protocol, and that is the name of the game. What does that mean as far as the value of these tokens? It's hard to say. If Bitcoin does not push back up to its 20K price, then it'd be hard for these other prices to be pulled in and hit as well, that we experience as all-time highs. So what are we looking for with the XRP dominance? In my mind, I think it would just be increasingly important to remember we don't know what that price would look like even if XRP did take dominance. But it's good to dream. It's good to speculate. It's good to have high hopes. Again, shouting out the tweet from Rachel Lee and David Schwartz talking about $120 if the value is captured of the entire international payment network. That's a lot. That's a lot of payments. But you know what? We can believe, because honestly, what else could you see as far as choosing the most efficient system? That's what we've talked about from day one, recognizing that the ILP, if it opens everyone up to be able to compete openly, if we talk about the Interledger protocol as this big protocol layer for cryptocurrencies to interoperably function and trade, then what would we expect as far as the success of that network, the success of the tokens in that network? It would be up to their efficiency. How efficient are they in microtransactions? How efficient are they for energy expenditure? And that's going back to day one. We've been talking about this for the actual network, Ripple Consensus Protocol, being hyper efficient, in fact, compared to anything else. And you can see other networks recognizing this and really fighting to catch up or be relevant. So BCH moving to microtransaction efficiency, Monero moving to microtransaction efficiency, even Ethereum looking to push out their fork, their algorithm change, so they also can honor and reach microtransaction efficiency. And if you guys are wondering what I'm saying, if I'm saying microtransaction efficiency, basically it's like if I send you a penny right now in Bitcoin, it's gonna cost me like $1. If I send you $1 during the all-time high when Bitcoin was running up to 20K, it would cost me like $7. So it wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense for me to spend $7 to send you $1. No one's gonna do that. It doesn't make a lick of sense. So if you talk about efficiency with microtransactions, it basically means I can send you values, like I can send you under a penny, and it doesn't cost me more than that penny. That's big. It's really big when it comes through with machine-to-machine payments and looking at smart contracts, and then realizing that really a corporation is a nexus of contracts. And in the future, we will see corporations launch up and take off that are, again, just like a nexus of contracts that are working together to for whatever their function is. And these smart contracts have the ability to, again, pay their own relationship to their vendor or whatever, and maybe instead of buying everything at the end of the month, they are buying small amounts of power and small amounts of resources whenever they need them, and that would allow for this the flow of money, as they talk about the flow of money. And one of the interesting things about the ILP, if you really want to get code heavy and talk about what's happening with it, the benefit of the ILP, and I've watched David Schwartz talk about this, and it's kind of heady, is looking at how to stream payments by allowing them to flow in multiple directions or multiple avenues, and then doubling down on where it's cheapest, and being able to see that in real time and being able to process in real time the most efficient flow of value on the network is really a big change. If you're thinking like what's happening and we're wondering like when win 589 in May. I don't know. Maybe let go of the 589 in May idea and start thinking about like when a regulation and BSA clarity and when global network launch and when utility paired to custodial services. I was chatting with someone yesterday. Shout out to my new friend. She was just chatting with me for a minute, for like a good minute actually, and she had some really interesting things to say about the powers that be and where we're headed and what's happening with the global movement of the globalization, I should say, I guess would be the easiest way to say it. And I realize in this moment that there's a lot of people that are probably not going to be in this conversation until it's, you know, way past them. And in fact, most people aren't going to be holding cryptocurrencies in general. Even if you are maybe even watching this stream and you're like a casual observer of this channel, you maybe aren't interested in the actual steps of acquiring cryptocurrencies. And that's fine. That's a big step for most. Mass adoption needs to be ease of use. So ease of use with custodial services, the fact that like there's not that many friendly consumer entry points for cryptocurrencies is a big barrier of entry at some point. And recognizing that, I think you have to remember what's the likelihood that, you know, this, I was talking to like basically like the equivalent of my grandma yesterday for a long time, and she was super sweet. Tilly, what's up? It was a pleasure chatting with you. She was really amazing to chat with, and she had a lot of interesting things to say. And I realized, like, explaining cryptocurrencies to her and like trying to get, you know, just thinking about her. She doesn't even want a smartphone. She was like, I gave up my smartphone and I like gave it away because I just want my flip phone back, my basic flip phone. And I just realized, like, other than like XRP and their text function, which cheers, Weetza win in your XRP text function is legit awesome, dude. Cheers. Really solid move. But other than that, there's not a lot of ways to like hold crypto at a friendly consumer level for most people that are just walking the streets. You know, it's not going to be introduced very easily to them. So there's a big transition there. There's a whole network that needs to be built out and stress test and checked. And I think honestly, the whole likelihood that these are going to be used is real. The increasing likelihood that these are going to be very integral systems to the future of global finance, I think, is real. But how well the standard consumer will be able to understand or take part in the network seems to be decreasing by the day, especially as we see some of the conversations that are happening out here right now. It's really interesting. It's really interesting, honestly. And it kind of just makes you wonder, like, you know, I just want people to be informed and know what's going on. So cheers. Cheers. Let's read some comments. I've been rambling for like 20 minutes. So let's check out the comments. What's up, everybody? Cheers. Thanks for showing up. Smash the like button. 100 people in the stream. Hit that like. Show some support. What's going on? Corey Ziegelman, good morning. Miyagi, my man. Hey, yo, thanks for tweeting this at me. Thanks for sending this to me, and I retweeted it. Louis, what's up? Louis Marriott, yo. Darren Boxer, yo. See meow, hello. Chelly Fire, what's up? Keith Tompkins, Diane, Corey Ziegelman again. What's going on, guys? Sinkin, Ferdy, Orion, Diane, El Brando, Victor, Body Sculpting, my man. How are you? Cheers. David D, what's up? What is up? Let's see. However, it could go up significantly. I don't know what you're talking about. Vet. You're talking about Vet. Let's see. Mr. Pace, what's up, man? Dezam, what's up? Jack Levy, cheers. Dan Croy, Tom Smith. Hey, it's Mike Smith. What's going on, man? What are you doing? Hey, yo. Jack Levy, Victor Grillo, Snowman. What's up? I said, hey. Blade Steph, Ham Killer, Keith Thompson, cheers. Let's see, Jagged Gent, good to see you guys. Let's catch up at the bottom. I'm gonna skip to the bottom. Skipping to the bottom. I hope I didn't miss anything important. If you guys just said something in the middle of that chat, I skipped to the very bottom. I'm looking at Chris XRP Ford, hello, pew pew. I'm looking at Nonstop and Alex Yeet. Nice hash login. Orion Mizra says, I think ADA TRX will moon one day, but ADA first. I've been liking ADA. I've been talking about ADA. ADA's actually up a little bit, in fact. I think it's up like 1 cent maybe. No, it was up. It was up to like 5 cents yesterday. It's back down maybe 4.8 now. Bitcoin SV. What is up, Blade Steph? How's it going? Orlando, Chucky Loco. Cheers, cheers. Everyone should tweet their senators and congressmen to consider the bipartisan crypto bill that will be reintroduced with the new session. Non-stop Pokemon, what's up? What's the news today? You're late. You came in late and you want me to go back. Fine, let's do it. Let's do a review. What's the news? Good to catch you live. Cheers. Thanks, Darren. I guess I skipped to the bottom, but I don't see any questions. I don't see anybody asking any questions. Let's see. I'll go up a little bit. Thomas Conservative says, all these agencies want to publish about crypto, but it's difficult because it's something they didn't go to school for and they have no experience with. Yeah, that's a big problem. Cheers, cheers. What's up, Cisco Terez? Anthony Jackson says, hey, KFN, what about the issue? DaVinci 15 said Ripple only making a promise not to increase supply, but can down the road once fully adopted. I don't think so. I don't think that's an option for them to increase the supply. I think it's set and fixed at the pre-mined amount forever. I'll look into that to make sure, but I'm going to go ahead and say no, DaVinci is wrong. You can do a lot of things with XRP, and as far as like requesting or suggesting core code changes and implementing like a change in the network, it's possible to vote in changes for sure, but I don't think that's one of the possible changes. So I'll look at that to make sure. Thanks for throwing it up there. If that's a conversation being had right now, I'll be sure to defud it. Chopping through the FUD, staying ahead of the FOMO. You know how we do it. The real. The real. Good morning, sir. Did I miss a lot? A group of financial heavyweights, including Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, Citadel LLC, plans to launch a new low-cost stock exchange to challenge the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So yeah, Keith Thompson's picking up on what's basically been suggested. We've been saying this for a minute. If you're functioning in a competitive business sector, which every business is competing for market, if you do not keep up with the standard of the times, like if you're going to launch a stock market and you maybe aren't going to honor the new technology that's going to be implemented by your competitors, then you will fall to the wayside because your business will not be able to compete. You'll be spending too much to settle your books or to close the bonds, etc., etc. So that's very real. Keith Thompson's right. The fact that you can basically expect businesses to maybe seek out and choose how they can best utilize this innovation, and they can pass those savings on to the consumer or to the market, then yes, that will be one of the indicators in the long run that this will be a type of mass adoption, because there'll be no way for their competitors to not use that technology. It's like if you I don't know. You can think of a million analogies for that. A million analogies to talk about that one. I just saw someone talking about the working money video about being a millionaire. I'm not sure what that video says, but I do recognize that cryptocurrency is a very real, powerful place to either make a bunch of money. Like you can make a lot of money in crypto. You can become a millionaire by investing in the right coin at the right time. You can also lose a lot of money in crypto. It's a zero-sum game. So someone's making money, someone's losing money, and that's just the way it goes. At the same time, though, when the networks run up like that, and there's like, if you go back to the 20K Bitcoin price, or the $3, $4 XRP price, people sometimes, like in the comments recently, I think I've seen some people say, how is this working? Where's the value coming from? It's kind of like a game of moving chairs, I feel like. Where is the value really coming from long term? And you have to think about this kind of like as a very abstract equation in a sense. Like, where does value come from at all? Like, what is value and what do we attribute value to? And it really depends. It's a moving metric based off of what it's worth. You know, like the value of something is only what someone's willing to pay for it. If the value of these tokens increases, that's because they are integral to the network that they are part of, and the network themselves need to be integral to the modern existence, the modern use of some kind of function that needs to serve a purpose. So it can't just be like it's not going to increase in value unless it has a function and a purpose and it serves some benefit to the people in the ecosystem. So the reason we talk about these acquiring value or these moving in a specific direction is because we think that there is a real likelihood of the use case of these networks, not just because the value is going to be created out of nowhere. The value is created by the use case of the network. So if you're thinking about what's the price of these tokens, that's a great question. Everyone's wondering that, and everyone's wondering what that looks like when you start merging these systems together. You know, imagine what's happening right now is this really interesting relationship between these fixed supply currencies being fused with these like basically infinite supply currencies like fiat. And that seems like something that obviously they're going to try to figure out and make it effective and work efficiently before they launch the whole thing. They're not going to just launch it off into the ether and say like, well, I hope that works. You know, like obviously I've seen people talk about how proof of work is creating value by using energy. That's not how it works. That's not how value works. You know, like art, you paint a painting and it was nothing but the materials you used to paint it, and all of a sudden there's a lot of value in a famous artist painting. You're not gypping the network. You created value. You're creating value because it brought something that wasn't there before, a use. And art's very, very abstract to talk about for bringing value, and I've talked about that in the past. I talked about that in the past too, just like the idea, the concept of the value of art is such an interesting idea, because art specifically is kind of controlled by this elite group of like art critics, and they can create value by easily joining together and saying, well, you know what, the value of this artist just increased, and in fact, because I'm an art critic and because I know how to value art, I'm going to buy these for this price. And when you buy them for that price, it sets a precedent for the rest of the market to kind of snap into respecting that market value. And this is the same for anything. Like, what's the value of anything is only what someone's willing to pay for it. But there's also a paradox to that, where the market, in a sense, can, like a standard like authority, a standardized authority in a market can create value. And so interestingly enough, that's kind of like a paradox, So what's the value of these networks? I've seen in the past people speculating about the value of cryptocurrencies at all, but the U.S. government actually, the moment the U.S. government seized Ross Ulbricht, who, cheers Ross, I grew up with Ross, freeross.org, the value of the cryptocurrencies were almost validated the moment that the U.S. government seized all of Ross Ulbricht's Bitcoins and then resold them to the market. The moment they resold them at market value back to the market is the moment that they validated cryptocurrencies as a form of exchange of value for whatever the momentary representation of value is in the market. And so this is a really interesting conversation in general. It gets really heady, talking about the coded store of value. We've never had a coded store of value before. It's never been done. So thinking about creating a very fixed supply coded store of value that allows you to take part in basically the open exchange of this value network. And again, looking at the value being created by each network, offering a use case. Oh golly, it just gets heady, right? You can't just lump it all into one. This is not how life works. You can't just put everything in love or hate. It's not that simple, okay? Who cares if Ling Ling gets the wallet back? It has nothing to do with love or hate. Cheers. Anybody catch that reference? I love you. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna read some more comments and I'm gonna get out of here. I got stuff to do today. Hey, do you have a video on how to set up the Ledger Nano? I do have a video on my channel about how to set up the Ledger Nano for XRP, and if you do the XRP one, you should be able to figure out all the other coins as well. So cheers, good luck with that. It's on my channel, super simple. Just search my channel for Nano how to, and that should be it. No big deal. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Everyone should tweet their senators. I think I just read that. I suspect China will support TRX, multipliers, etc. No change price point. I need coffee. Hey, I need coffee. Let's do it. Let's meet for coffee. Riddle me this. 3 questions. What's your favorite color? What's your mission? And what will be the #1 crypto by 2019? I should go downtown and ask people that. Rando, just like, yo, what's up? Riddle me this, riddle me that. What's your favorite color? What's your mission in life? And what will be the #1 cryptocurrency by the end of 2019? KFN, you going to the Texas meetup? Being hyped would be interesting. I don't really go to other YouTubers meetups. I'm not like a fanboy for other YouTubers. I don't even know what you're specifically asking about. Like, but I don't go to other YouTubers meetups usually. Like if I'm going to go to a meetup, I'll probably go to like my own meetup, which will hold sometime soon, or I'll go to like maybe an actual crypto meetup. If there's like a crypto meetup, I might do that as well, but I'm definitely not going to just like go to someone else's meetup and just show up. That'd be kind of weird. I mean, I don't want to steal all their thunder. It'd be weird if they were holding a meetup and then I showed up and everybody's like, "Whoa, Kung Fu's here! The cool guy's finally here! Let's go talk to him!" Woo! Like that would be horrible. I'm not gonna steal whoever's doing a meetup. I think it might be Bitcoin Ben is what you're asking about. I think I heard someone talking about that. Bitcoin Ben's meetup. Probably not gonna go. Probably not gonna go. Honestly. But if you guys want to do a meetup, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Oh no. Oh no, did my stream just crash? It feels like it, nope, it's not. It didn't crash. It felt kind of like sticky there for a second. Yo. Will DX exchange cause price to rise? Usually I like to just call out the fact that we have no idea what's going to cause the price to rise at this point. More pairs is great for decoupling. More volume is good for price. How much volume does that exchange have? How many people are going to be using it? What's the volume corridor like? Et cetera, et cetera. A lot of big questions. I love ADA and TRX, life-changing. Charles thinks ADA could go to 1 trillion. That's 1,000x. So if you have $1,000, you'll be a millionaire. That's a pretty big multiplier. I really like Charles Hoskinson, but I don't think where did you see that, Louis? Where did you see him say it could go to 1 trillion? Yeah, I mean, I think the entire crypto market could go to multiple trillions of dollars inside the near future. Maybe not tomorrow or May, but maybe August. Maybe 2020, 2023, I have no idea. Honestly, there's a lot of things that need to be developed for that to take on that much value. In fact, even David Schwartz talks about how the Ripple consensus protocol is not ready to take on that much value. If you go look at cryptocurrencies right now, the entire crypto market is at 135 billion. That is not enough value for them to transact. Some of the world processing of payments is not capable with this amount of liquidity. So there is a reality, like a stepping stone, a paradoxical reality to the fact that you need to have more value in the network to offer liquidity solutions, but that does not necessarily guarantee any specific value, right? So yes, the market will likely increase in value, especially if you look at the history of cryptocurrencies the years back. It does seem like it's continually setting new benchmarks for all-time lows and all-time highs. Or, I mean, not all-time lows, but you can see the all-time lows climbing, and you can see the all-time highs obviously climbing above that and reflecting that same movement. Again, looking at some of the basic laws of like why networks take on value and what brings utility to the network is really interesting. Talking about, Metcalfe's law. There's possibilities that no one knows how much value is going to go into these networks, and we actually don't even know what that means for the price. I don't really know like how to explain that better. Like there's no way for us to know what the price of these tokens are going to be at a specific value point, because again, I've used this analogy in the past. This is my favorite analogy for talking about crypto, is that we've built a bunch of ships. Basically, we've built a bunch of these different ships. All these different crypto algorithms are like ships in the port. And sure, maybe we've taken one around the block and we think like, yeah, that last bull run really gave it a good stress test. But in reality, all these different cryptocurrencies and all these different algorithms are like ships in a port. And we have yet to see what it looks like when we push them into the ocean. When they're out in the ocean, then we can start talking about what it looks like as far as price and value, because we really don't know. And a lot of speculation has been made this entire last year about how much money will go into crypto. Is it all going to pile straight into crypto? Is there going to be an interoperable, if the ILP is paired to fiat, if the ILP is paired to stable coins, if the ILP is interoperably paired to other stores of value other than crypto, could that 10 trillion, $20 trillion end up split between multiple cryptos and multiple fiats? That's the big question that we should be asking. So there we go. What's up with some comments? Let's see what you guys are talking about. I don't go to that Texas sheesh. I think Joe will be there. Well, I mean, shoot, maybe you want to go then. Proceeds to the charity. What's this video you put up, Miyagi?
Some people don't know you can use Groupon to book great.
Oh, hey, you found my how to install XRP video. Miyagi, dude, my boy. If anybody was asking, I think he tagged Brian, who's in it. Miyagi just posted the YouTube video link right here. If you guys are wondering how to install XRP on your Ledger Nano, full guide. I did it step by step, pretty slow, breaking it down. So there you go. Hope that works. If not, you can DM me or shoot me a message. Or I have a subreddit. You can drop some help, ask some questions in the subreddit, and likely other smart people will be in there as well to answer. Or I'll stop by and say what's up, and I'll answer your questions. So I'm gonna catch up. Let's see. It's probably but not safe. Henrik, bro, Henrik, you are so funny, dude. I really like Henrik. You're funny, man. The average IQ on that Texas event gets real low. I'm not even gonna read the rest, but I appreciate it. That's funny. Good stuff. How many XRP and ADA will you need to become a millionaire, and how long? The big question, honestly, Ricardo Jean-Philippe is asking about XRP and ADA. I'll make a video about that. How many do you need to hold to be a millionaire? I'll love to do an edit talking about that, but in reality, it really depends on how long can you hold. If you held for 10 minutes, you're probably not going to make that much money. You hold for 10 months, maybe you see a bull run. Maybe you see one bull run cycle inside 10 months. You hold for 10 years, maybe you see like 12 to 20 different bull run cycles. And that's when you go into more specifics about, like, do you want to be playing the take the money off the table game? Do you want to just hold long term? These are big questions, and these are, again, complex questions. So I think I have a video about how to exit crypto. The crypto exit strategy is a video on my channel where I talk a little bit about taking money off the table, recognizing that every time you have a big run up, if you take percentages back and then buy back in during the dips, because these are very cyclical, the nature of these networks are very cyclical. If you do that, you can usually at least recoup your investment, your initial investment, and then setting a new benchmark for how you can understand taking money off the table. It depends on how much you put in, obviously, and how long you hold. So good question there. I hope the best of luck to you, sir. Best of luck. I hope you become a crypto millionaire as soon as possible for you. Ricardo, no one knows. Waiting for them to make a first trade. ADA's. Oh, yeah, ADA has something coming out for sure. Their update is happening. We'll talk about that in another edit. So many things I'm going to have to do in an edit. Thank you guys for showing up and reminding me of what I need to work on. I don't know what they're waiting on. I assume regulation, and who knows how long it's going to take. Could be tomorrow, could be another year. Thank you, Jack Levy. I really appreciate you. You've been an OG in a minute, in the space for a minute too. I think you should get modded. We're going to vote you in. Jack Levy, definitely you are right. It depends on the regulation, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be next year. It's really hard to say. And so pretending like might be a good way to gain some attention right now, but it might not help you long term. So maybe looking at how the actual networks are evolving and looking at the fact that we do not really have that information yet, and a lot of news is very reactive. I was talking to my fam yesterday, talking to my bro, and I was like, we both like to discuss these things and talk about crypto, and we were talking about the reality that wait, I just spaced out what I was going to say. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well, awkward. Moving on. Let's see. XRP 2020. Boom. Let's see. What's a good number of TRX to own? Just say a number. Honestly, I encourage people to really respect the fact that everyone's in a different position. Everyone's in a different socioeconomic position. So if I tell you it's worth investing this amount, that might be damaging to you. You might not be able to afford groceries or pay your rent. So if I tell you this specific amount and it's like a very low amount and you have more cash to play with than other people, then maybe that's too low for a good investment amount at a specific price point. So being very specific with your finances is really up to you. It's kind of like a personal thing. So what's a good number to invest? Whatever you feel comfortable putting in. Again, crypto is an unregulated space. This is a wild market, and recognizing that there is a lot of volatility and a lot of possibility that anything you put in is again a gamble. So taking personal responsibility for your choices is big. If you like to watch content creators that offer specific price points, that's cool. But if they want to offer specific amounts and how much to invest, remember that that is something that is based off of their understanding and their projections of what's going to happen. You need to be able to educate yourself about the market and think about what's going to happen and what's going to be beneficial for you and how much can you afford to lose. So never invest more than you can afford to lose is the short answer to that. 10,000 XRP at $100 is $1 million. That's true. That's true. Great chat. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate it. Let's see. Do you think Kin and DCN will survive? Honestly, I've been kind of skeptical about Kin. I've been reading up on Kin long term, and it seems like I don't really know what the utility of their token is. It looks like they used their token to fund the development of an ecosystem that might not be integral to the token itself. Again, if you're excited about tipping on with cryptocurrency, or if you're excited about cryptocurrency, text messaging, I would say watch out for Weetza, who's putting up an XRP. I'm not tip. I mean tweet or chat. I'm sorry, I misspoke. If you're excited about a cryptocurrency chat function, I would say watch out for Weetza putting up an XRP chat sometime soon. So, cheers. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I was remembering what I was saying. I was remembering just now what I was gonna mention about my chat about talking about crypto with the idea that in reality, no one knows where this value is going to go or what it's going to look like. And if you do offer these solutions, like right as soon as we have this global financial crisis and these global markets are in a little bit of like the stock market and other big financial markets are in an interesting spot, lacking liquidity, you could say crypto is like a saving grace. You could say, and shout out to my new friend too the other day who was talking about this, like technology always seems to have arrived right at the moment we need it the most. So the technology is a saving grace for what's basically a growing problem. If you think about that, does that mean for sure that crypto will be a huge wave of mass adoption from the stock market collapse? Maybe not. Maybe it's just like a rebalancer. Maybe the crypto market offers liquidity. Maybe these crypto networks offer liquidity to legacy systems, and instead of some massive bull run, there's just a rebalancing of financial systems across multiple networks. And again, as more people are brought on the network, and as more people are using the network, and it becomes integral to everyday life with more with more movements toward automation and machine-to-machine payments, then yes, eventually long-term they will have a lot more value in them. But as of short-term, it might be a big letdown if they just let the legacy systems kind of rebalance into the crypto liquidity pool. It might not be the massive bull run that we expected, especially because if you recognize that there might have been massive manipulation with Bitfinex and Tether creation, that could be a problem if you're expecting some massive bull run. And again, it's only going to be a rebalancing of these networks. So, cheers. Good stuff. Good question. Let's go, fam. Wow, you guys have so many questions, and I was like trying to do a short stream today. I love you guys. I love you all. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you. Smash the like button. Cheers. I'm going to try to answer a few more before I go. Seriously, check out BitTrue. Are you talking to me? I need a honky for the new mod. Let's hit a honky. Let's hit a honky for the fam. Honky, go.
I like you and have no reason not to.
I like you and have no reason not to.
Hey, did you guys hear about that new magical digital asset called XRP?
Oh man, I just realized I gotta do something. Actually, there's like some construction on my street right now, and I gotta go. And I was trying to look for another comment to answer, but I just realized I gotta go. Work things, life things. Cheers. You guys are beautiful and amazing. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Until I see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.